From the proposed I-526 expansion project to the Naval Hospital, I sat down exclusively with Charleston County Council District 1 candidate Donna Brown-Newton for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Donna Brown-Newton, it's so good to see you again.
Well, same here, Quintin. Thanks for inviting me to come by and speak again.
Oh, I appreciate it anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome greatly. You know, I understand that on October 3rd, you were invited to attend your first forum as candidate of Charleston County Council. And you said this on your Facebook page. You said this quote, "I was excited to attend my first forum with the Rotary Club of Charleston. I was the only Democratic candidate in attendance of the 4 that were present. I shared my doubts and concern about the direction of Charleston County Council." As we sit right now, Donna, what is the direction of Charleston County Council in your mind as a candidate?
Well, the candidate in my mind, I'm thinking that the council is not taking the needs of all the citizens in consideration when they make these plans to spend taxpayer money on things that at the end, and the offset we can lose. And Charleston County needs to be represented by the voice of all its citizens, not just some people who have the most money with the most influence. It should be represented by people that's not being represented. I want to be the person on Charleston County Council that express the needs of the underheard. I want to be the person that be able to speak for people who are not being heard by county council right now. Because things county council decisions they're making are actually affecting a lot of lives, and they're not taking those things into consideration.
You talk about those decisions. Obviously, as you know, I believe a week ago, that 526 is back on the table as far as discussions. Why now? What do you think 526 will help as far as citizens in your mind?
I don't see it as a help. I think that money for 526 can be best spent other places. Let's take the Wando Bridge that needs to be in need of great repair right now. I think what we're doing right now is put a Band-Aid on the situation that hopefully it won't affect like how it did this past year, where it took 3 weeks. Residents had to traffic be diverted from 526. Traffic was backed up on Highway 17. It was just unheard of, and the money that's being spent for 526 won't even affect the people as far as traffic. It will not create less time getting to downtown Charleston. It only creates maybe 30 seconds to possibly a minute of your time of travel, your travel time. So I don't see the need of 526 being expanded, and I think the money can be spent well spent elsewhere.
And let me reset and talk about you, Donna Brown-Newton. Obviously, you're running as a Democratic candidate for Charleston County Council's District 1, and you said, hey, you're going to be the voice for the community, and you also said this quote, "As a longtime resident of Mount Pleasant, we share the same concerns: heavy highway traffic, infrastructure failures, and little to no affordable housing. It's time for a change." When you think of, let me go to the bottom, when you think of affordable housing, where does your mind go, Donna?
Well, my mind goes to not what people seem to think it is. Affordable housing in the community is, they're based that on people making at least $100,000 a year. In the present economy, it can't happen because the average South Carolinian, Charleston County resident only makes minimum wage, which is $7.35 an hour. People right now have to work at least 2 jobs to pay the rent. And affordable housing to me is you being able to work 1 job, live in a community that you grew up in, and also a decent community that you can live in, that you grew up with, and you can afford to live without working 3 or 4 jobs, not spending time with family. That's taken away from the quality of life for the residents. If you have to work 2 or 3 jobs, that means that you are not spending time with your children, going to a school meeting, which is important to them, going to activities, just doing things as a family because you're too busy working to try to make ends meet. And that's, to me, what affordable housing should be, is you should be able to work 1 job, pay your rent, and also enjoy time with your family. That's quality of life for me.
And obviously in that talk of quality of life and housing is obviously infrastructure. How does infrastructure look in your mind in the future?
Well, it looks, in fact, like I mentioned about 526. We need to prepare those. We need to, Charleston County need to look more deeper into when they develop communities, how it impacts the people. Infrastructure means getting the roads in first before you put the development in. Charleston County needs to develop more forward thinking. When we give out permits to contractors, homeowners, we need to look at the fact that the impact it's going to have as far as traffic and schools. The school's not big enough. We've got Wando High School, has almost 5,000 students, and they built a new school, Lucy Beckham, which only is going to max out at 1,500 students. It needs to be thinking more forward. You got to think of the fact how the homes going to bring the people, so you have to have the roads to people to travel on without sitting in traffic forever. And also, I believe infrastructure, we need to work on public transportation. You cannot get around the city. It saves on, we have pollution from all the cars. You spend hours in traffic, which also takes away from family time, and also increases the likelihood of accidents on the road. So we need to develop a plan to increase public transportation, which will ultimately decrease cars on the highway.
You talk about that plan. I know another issue that just came back up on county council, and it's just to talk about the Naval Hospital. What should be the plan about that as far as its future?
Well, my concern with Naval Hospital is that Charleston County spent a lot of money buying the building and buying it back, being sued to buy it back, and now they're making a decision to decide what to do with the building. The one plan they have is to tear it down and for $75 million and build office buildings for the city. Me personally, I look at the fact that there's a building there, it is usable. We have homeless veterans. We have people that can't afford to live, they don't have homes living. North Charleston is considered a food desert. We need more stores and shops. Turn it into some sort of multiplex where people can shop and live and get them off the streets and not thinking about being evicted every month because you can't afford to pay a high rent, and which North Charleston is known for as the eviction capital of the state of South Carolina.
And let me turn back to you. What's that one word to describe you when you take off your political hat? Who is Donna Brown-Newton?
I am a mother, a grandmother. I've worked in public service my entire life. I am a concerned citizen. I'm involved in my community. I've been involved in my community. I'm involved right now with the Snowden Civic Association. We're a local organization for the Snowden community, and I'm just pretty active doing things that improve the lives of individuals in my community and expand it to Charleston County. I've been a member of the Disability Board in the past. I'm just concerned about the average everyday citizen. That would be Donna Brown-Newton.
That's so great to hear. Well, Donna Brown-Newton, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Thank you very much, Quintin, for inviting me. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
You too, anytime. Yeah, thank you.